Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining me here on Nilimutams TV. Thank you for your overwhelming support towards the bereaved family. This morning we had some prayers on this page, and I continuously say, please let's support them financially. And now, this semi morning, I came across a live stream of somebody whom I call a brother, an older brother, speaking a lot of ill things against the family, against the couple that lost their children. And I've had my 2 cents. I shared a video on the day after the demise of the children, and I talked about the UK system, and I talked about how in Africa children are not supported by the state. And I've shared to say that it is very wrong and hypocritical for Africans or Zambian people to try to start getting a case in the UK that happened, comparing it to what is happening in Zambia, forgetting that Zambia is 1,000 years behind. Okay? Let me explain to you something. In the UK, children go to school for free. Children get free school meals if you cannot afford it. The government gives them books, free pens, free pencils. The government gives them child benefit. If a parent cannot work, they get income support, employers support allowance. If you have a disabled child, you get disability allowance, carers allowance. Many a times on this social media platform, we have seen Ida Banda rallying for support over children with disabilities. No government official has taken responsibilities of those children. Okay? So it's very hypocritical to try to compare the lifestyle in Zambia to a first world country that is 1,000 years ahead of Zambia. I stated in my video before to say this family has suffered this loss because of so many things. What is the minimum wage in Zambia? People are living in abject poverty with no salary increment at all. And they're expected to fend for their children. Mistakes have happened. The children are buried. Why should a grown-up person come on social media and be dragging this family as to how they should be arrested by the police? As who? First of all, does the government provide £500 pregnancy allowance for you to buy nappies for the children? No. Does the government provide free school meals? No. Does the government provide financial support to mothers? No. Is there a flexible working system in the country Zambia? No. You are comparing Zambia to first world countries. There is a case that happened in UK in Manchester, but that particular person suffered from mental health issues, and this was an ongoing case for many, many months, and she ignored the support and help she was being given. In this case, we have a family who made a decision to leave their children at home because it was raining, it was heavy, to collect the wife. And the unfortunate happened. And you are angry because you've seen police sympathizing with these people. You've seen government officials sympathizing with these people. It is unfair. And you dare not try to do this to this family when they are still trying to come to terms with these things. You cannot compare a first world country that you even go and beg for aid to a country where the natural resources, we don't even know who runs them. We don't even have access to copper to go to anything. The tax that we receive in Zambia, we don't even know who benefits. But in this country where I am, the young people benefit through education, free healthcare. Let us go to the hospitals right now. Is there medicine? People have to fend for themselves, getting peanuts to survive. 800 kwacha per month. Have you tried to fight for the national minimum wage for the Zambian people? No, you've not. All you do is come on Facebook to talk about ABCD. Go and see how people are suffering in Zambia. The Zambian people are suffering. If you know the level of poverty in Zambia, you won't talk that rubbish. You can afford medication. You can afford a good life because your father set a record for you, things nicely for you. But these people have nothing. Their parents left them with just words. And you want to compare your life to their life. How about taking a trip to Kabanana, seeing how bad the roads are? The same MPs that promise things, have they tried to change on the drainages? Have they tried to do anything? What is the councillor's job? Are they working? You want to compare Zambia to the UK or the US, where the governments use the council tax to support people. They use the revenue to support the elderly people. How many elderly people right now are hungry in Zambia? How many children with disabilities are living in abject poverty? In the UK, it can never happen. How many people with mental health conditions are suffering in Zambia? So many. In the UK, it can never happen. So what we need to learn from this situation is we need to bring in policies that support women, children, from the time they are born. The system needs to change. Secondly, we need to train all our young people, children everywhere in the communities on fire safety. Thirdly, you need to make sure every house in Zambia has a proper license before they provide tenants to start living in their properties. We have gas certificates. We do health and safety checks every year for our properties in the UK. It's a must, it's mandatory. You need to check if your gas is safe. You need to check if your electricity is safe. Are we doing that in Zambia? You can't just be there yabbing. We don't need this style now. The family has gone through so much. What they need is our support. If the system was fair to us as Zambian people, we wouldn't even migrate to the Western countries. How many Zambians have migrated to other countries for a better life? So many, more than 100,000 Zambians. If we had a fair system, Zambia would be like Europe, where people are rushing to say there's opportunities there. There is no proper system. Somebody will come up with laws. There's this law, there's this law. Okay, what has the government done to make sure that every child has free immunization? Every child has milk. UK government gives you free milk. You don't have money, they give you milk and vegetables every week to feed your children. There's so many food banks. If you are broke, they'll give you food. They pay for your house rent, housing benefit, council tax benefit. There's even universal credit. Flexible working, 20 hours a week you work. So my dear, do not compare Zambia with the Western world, because in the Western world they did this. When you know that there is no system that provides for these people. Campaigns are starting by next year. We are going to see politicians going to the compounds, telling them we're going to put road, we're going to do this and that. Every year, same story. So, leave this family. Let them grieve. We have supported them, you're not there. You didn't remove a penny because you are stingy. We already know you're stingy. You brag there in your office how you have money, but you can never even remove a penny to support anybody. So let us, who want to help the family, help them and shut up. Shut up. Nobody is interested as to what this. When you start pointing churches, are we going to go anywhere? Do they need this? We have a woman who is collapsing all the time. You want to blame her? Is she the one who brought natural disaster of the rain? Will you blame the parents for bringing thunder? For bringing lightning? For bringing rain? Are you going to blame them how the roads are horrible? Why the ambulance and the fire truck came late? Are you going to blame us? So, before you start blaming everybody, Check yourself. Who have you ever helped and say, let me go and see how people are living? You don't understand how Zambians suffer. I understand how Zambians suffer because I've been to the compounds when I was campaigning in 2021. And that's why when somebody tells me they are struggling, I understand. I put a lot of things on hold. I put business projects on hold just to help the Zambian people. Leave Elder Emmanuel Piri alone and his wife to mourn their children. This is not one child, it's 3 children. The neighbors tried. The children tried. And one thing we also forget is Zambian doors, they are not fire doors. So when there's a fire, the doors expand through heat. UK doors are fire doors. American doors, they are fire doors. They are made specifically for that. So let's look into how we build our houses in terms of the doors, the insulation, how we do our electricity. And we learn from this mistake for the sake of the future. Don't start bringing all this where you want to now bring the government to go and arrest so as who? It's not going to happen. An investigation will be carried out as to what caused the fire, but the parents will be left alone because in this situation, Africa, Zambia is 1,000 years behind the Western world. You may have a smartphone, social media, do what, talk about this and that, but the system is behind. That's why every day they are doing constitution amendment. Every day we're talking about the same thing. Since I was a baby, we've been talking about roads. Up to today, we're still talking about roads, drainages. I'm now 41. We're still talking about those things. So before you start fighting this family, leave them alone. You have not provided any support. Thank you. You are talking about negligence. Yes, I said it that even in the UK, that's how the system is. But look at the situation of Zambia itself. People are surviving by the grace of God. You are bringing code of conduct, laws of Zambia. Who law in Zambia help? Who has ever thought of, okay, in Kanyama, we have 5,000 children. What are they eating? Nobody from the government has bothered. So when parents are trying by all means to fend for their families, it is not your duty to even speak about it. Until government starts providing for the children, then the children belong to the state. Unless you are telling me you've seen the government provide resources to children, they don't. We have children who don't go to schools without pads. They don't have pads. Nobody cares about whether they have sanitary pads. In the UK, it's free of charge. The government provides. Does the Zambian government provide? No. So what are you talking about? There are so many failures. And the only person right now who's even teaching us that Africa, we are behind, is this guy, the president of Burkina Faso. Leave this family alone to mourn their children. You cannot be this heartless, this stingy with money and wicked. If you don't want to give anyone your money, just keep quiet. Okay? We have seen you lobby behind people, insult people, disrespect people on social media. We watch you. And now it is taking you to a decent family that have been trying, they've been struggling in the Zambian difficult economy. You are lucky. Your father left inheritance. These ones have no inheritance from anyone. Probably their parents left them words. And out of that small house, which had a circuit break or something, electrical fault, you want to come and portion blame. If something had happened, he had carried the children in the car, and there was a car, you are the same mouth would be saying, why did you carry the children? Why did you leave the children with the neighbors? Shut up. Let us respect people as they are mourning. This is not time to disrespect anybody. That's a respectable family there. Mistakes have been made. We move on. The family is going to go through counseling. With all the money you receive, 250,000 in the building, give them some money. Support. You never know tomorrow. Life is turn by turn. Guys, I just thought, don't allow anyone to sway you to start thinking otherwise. As long as Zambia is 1,000 years behind, and we are still begging for aid, going to this country, when we have mines worth billions of dollars, and we're suffering, migrating to other countries to work any job to survive. Nobody has a right to talk about the welfare of any child. As long as we have people who are disabled, disabilities, physical, we have people who are blind, who are not supported, they are fending for themselves. Nobody has a right to talk about how people are maintaining their lives in Zambia. If you watch Pamela Z show, you will see how Zambian people are struggling. And you want to be there after. Leave the Piris alone. We are hurt, we are wounded, and we are mourning with this family. If you are so heartless you don't care, keep your thoughts to yourself, in your household, not on social media. Respect people's privacy. They didn't come to you. Why are you dragging them? It's unfair. Guys, thank you so much for the support. Continue supporting the Piri family. So go Lily Mutams. And people all over the world are affected by this. It's not only Zambians. And by behaving the way you're behaving as if you are so special in this world that calamity will never befall you. As long as you are a human being, calamity will befall you. Let's respect this family. Regardless of your thoughts, your wishes, your what. Hey, police nobody is arresting anybody. Start by condemning the failures of governments from the time they started democracy in Zambia up to today. Medicine we don't have. We just have a man in Chingola right now who took his child to a government hospital just a few days ago, and the child has died. Are you now going to say that the man is a failure? It's his fault when he took a child to a government hospital. Another lady has lost a child in Zambia right now, taking the child to the hospital, no medication. And the child is wrapped around. There are pictures, I've seen them. Are we going to now say the parents are neglecting the children because they cannot afford healthcare? It's the government's responsibility to ensure that there's proper healthcare in Zambia. It's the government's responsibility to ensure that everybody has access to free medical. That's what the Western world has done. So before you start condemning anybody, start by changing Zambia, which is 1,000 years behind. Stop being insensitive, because life is spiritual. Don't create too many enemies. In this world, we need each other. Tondolo musuma, like we say in Zambian language. It's better to keep quiet than to try to have a say on everything that doesn't even concern you. If you really care so much about Zambian people, start going to the compounds and start rallying behind people who are working in government to see how best they can help the Zambian people, and start lobbying for funds to support them. Not sitting in one office and yabbing and making noise whilst people are suffering in Zambia, living in abject poverty, eating only one meal a day whilst you enjoy the fruits of your father's labor.